What's up, guys? This is RonTheTryhard here with another episode of the Zos matchup tips. This is the 4th episode, and today we're going to be covering Zasalamel's infamous Backturn Vortex, which of course is pretty much a stance, honestly. Like, anybody can see, you know, he has that option or that option, and it's a mid-low mix-up that knocks you down. So we just take him off of that. We can see that sets up for that, and then that sets up for more. Although that specific setup doesn't exactly do, it doesn't fully set up for it. But if we do this, that sets up much better for it. And you see, the thing is, eventually it, depending on how people tech and depending on what size they are, there's a lot of factors into it, but eventually the vortex ends if he keeps getting it, because he eventually puts himself forward. But it really just depends, again, how you tech and who you're fighting, etc. But I'm gonna start by going into the main transitions that Zasalamel's used to get into Vortex. One of the biggest ones is 6AA. So from here, you know, it's a 50-50 reset into a Vortex. This one is probably one of the more scary ones because it actually forces you to commit into, you know, the 50-50. Now there is a way that you can answer that. Let's have... So that's an option. Now that's actually a combo. Forgot about that. So yeah, that's an actual combo, but let's assume that he's going for the reset like that. So first off, you can block that. It's obviously not guaranteed. And Backturn 2K is -20 on block. So if you read it as Zos, you can punish it with something like that. Or that. And see, now I have my own Backturn Vortex I can set up. So that's one thing too that is kind of scary, is Zasalamel's Backturn K got nerfed in a more recent patch, which actually in a sense is kind of a buff, because if I do something like this, right, and I do Backturn K, and then I turn around and do that against a wall into another Backturn K, it actually forces standing on it like breaks the combo. So see, it forces standing unless they roll. Typically they aren't gonna think to roll after that. It actually will like make them quick ukemi. Like, see? And then I can set up for Vortex. It catches a lot of people off guard. And, you know, just like that, we got a bunch of damage. So, be mindful of that. If you see Zos setting up for that, just learn how to deal with it. So, back to the 6AA mix-up. So let's say he wants to do this. So, because of how plus he is on hit on that, you actually can't do a whole lot, and you are forced to block it. Like, you can't... It puts you backwards, so, like, I can't press any buttons. I can't RE. Can't GI because I'm backturned. The only thing I can do is commit to it. So that's, like, the worst situation you can get into. Now let's see what happens if he tries doing that. Oops. Yeah, you can't sidestep it. Can't RE it. Can't even GI it because you're backturned. That is one of his best setups for the Vortex. So if that happens, you kind of just have to commit. And see, even if you tried like flinch ducking, you can't option select that or anything. So that's an option that he has into the Vortex. That is the most real that he has. Now, he has some more fake ones where you have better answers to them. And let's see. So 8B plus K from an air combo is like one of his go-tos. So like this. And that is actually a guaranteed hit / tech trap on most of the cast. There's some people that can actually tech out of it. It's kind of weird, but I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So if I do a launch into that, then see, Backturn 2K is a tech trap. So you don't want to tech there. So yeah, see, it catches tech. So the best thing you want to do in this is just lay on the ground. And you see, once he does Backturn 2K, he puts himself back forward, so he cannot do the Vortex any further. So honestly, staying on the ground is one of the most powerful things you can do versus his Vortex. So let's just do something like this. Oh wait, that's actually a combo. And then, you know, we can do something like that. So, yeah. Anytime that Azaz knocks you on the ground like that, don't try getting up right away, just roll. Roll to your right specifically. And I'll show you why that's important. So, I'm trying to think of how we can set this up. Okay. So I'm gonna do something like that, right? He's trying to guess that you're gonna duck low now that you got hit by the low. So say that we got hit by the tech trap. And you see if I roll to the left there, that catches. And I think Zos is just chunky enough to where that actually works. That I can't roll out of it. Yeah, Zos is chunky. And after that, that's pretty real. But you see, even taking that damage, yeah, I can roll out of it there. You just have to kind of do it right. But yeah, rolling to your right is the best option. It doesn't always get clear out of his moves. However, what it does is it forces Zasalamel forward after he attacks, and it gives him very little damage. If he gets you standing and gets you on a read, and normal. Okay, so yeah, if he gets you with this, I mean, that's potentially 95 damage right there. It's disgusting. So you really don't want those situations. So again, to answer those, just try rolling to the right. That's typically what you want to do. There is counterplay that Zos has to deal with that if he just sits there and like delays it and waits patiently. Oops. Can show that off a little bit. And then he can kind of wait and then do something like that. But by that point, you know, you can already get out. So pretty much kind of a good strategy to do is like side roll, but then back roll if you see that he's waiting for you. Because that'll put some distance from him, and even if he does use a backturn BB or, you know, whatever, it kind of throws you away from him and puts him forward. All of his backturn moves on hit will throw him forward. That's why he wants to land. He wants to land the 8B plus K. Now, one thing about 8B plus K that I didn't mention is that it only works if they're in the air, like this. See how it puts me close? Or if they're grounded. So, like... Well, that didn't really work. Like that. So, keeping that into account. This on its own, if they do it, which no Zos will ever really do this, but like you see how far it throws, you can't really do anything. So you don't have to worry about it while it hits you grounded. Another one that is pretty good is 668 plus BB. You see that sets up for a potential reset if they back. I can actually delay it, and that cannot be blocked. It is guaranteed, and it will catch tech. So it's at that special frame window where it catches Ukemi, and it catches you just lying on the ground prone. So potentially, if I want to go for, you know, the Vortex mix-ups, I can potentially get way more damage. And just like that, you know, all your health is gone. So that's why you don't tech when you're when Zos sets up for Backturn Vortexes. Just roll and take the damage, if nothing else. So the main options he has from Vortex, I kind of covered them for the most part, but he has, let me set him to guard here. So he has Backturn BB, it's I-24, it's his best backturn move he can get damage on you, but it's also his slowest. It's -8 on block, so it's safe. It knocks down on hit, of course, gives him a big combo that can do potentially 90 damage without curses. It jails, it's a natural combo, it breaks guards, it's vertical, mid. It's just overall a really scary move that he has while backturn, and it's really good. And the other one that we have is Backturn 2K, and those are the two main ones you're going to see him using. Backturn 2K is I-20. It is -20 on block, so you want to be punishing it if you block it properly. It knocks down on hit, and it's a horizontal low kick, so it'll catch you stepping. And Backturn K is another one. This is typically what they will use if they want to go for like a more respectable reset, or if they want to kind of push you a little bit. It is -4 on block. It's +10 on hit, and it's a vertical mid kick that can be sidestepped, and it can break guards, and it can also wall splat. So in this situation, I can get some pretty nasty damage off of that. It's 83 damage, and I just threw you back against the wall with Oki pressure, so it's pretty nasty. On top of that, let's show this off. It can ring out. It can set up for ring outs if they respect it. So if I do this, we're just gonna do first guard. Oh, I thought I had it set to first guard. Oh, continue action one. Yeah, okay. This is gonna break. Well. Let's break this wall. Okay. So if we do this, you see that can ring out. But it only rings out at a very close range with Backturn 2K. And you see I had to set it up with that Backturn kick. I can demonstrate what it looks like when I don't do that. Like, that worked because we were so close at that point, because I walked up. But typically, that's not going to ring out outright. You have to kind of see what distance you're at. The other thing is that this one can actually ring out too at certain distances, see? But they have to nail the B-Slide K afterwards. So that does kind of create a 50-50 to ring them out. So you just have to be mindful of that. Now if they do a Backturn K on block, again it's -4 on block, His fastest move from that is an I-16, which is backturn B plus K. So realistically, I mean, you can do up to an I-20, and your I-20 will clash with his backturn B plus K, or his backturn 2A. So I can show you an example of this. So let's just do, and then we'll do that just to set it up. And then we'll try this. Like he's trying to do a, you know, fake frame trap. I kind of waited too long. See? That will beat out his option. He can't GI it. He can't really do much. The only thing he can do, I think, is yeah, the only thing he can do really is that, and 2A actually isn't the best option here. Doing like something like that has longer reach is smarter. And then, like I said, if you do an I-20, it'll clash. So if he tries to do something like that, yeah, you see it clashed. So if you have an I-18 or faster, that's what you want to use ideally in that situation. Because the only thing he can do is block it. Okay, so, where was I? So yeah, backturn K, do not respect it on block. It is only -4, but all of his backturn options are relatively slow. His fastest being an I-16. The other thing that you don't want to respect is his backturn B plus K. If he holds it all the way, it's +14. If he lets it go right away, it's +4. So being +4 on block isn't that scary. His backturn move, his fastest backturn moves will clash with your 2As. So if we try something like that, and it usually pushes him forward. So like if he is forward, then yeah, it's a lot more oppressive because, you know, +4. Of course, you can GI it or whatever you want. Zas specifically. Can, you know, CE to beat it, since it's +4 only. CE will catch I-12 since it's an I-8 startup. But if he holds it all the way, you see, I was holding block that whole time. That 6K is guaranteed because it's +14 on block. So if you try stepping it and you step it wrong, that happens. But if you just step a little bit to his side, to the right, you can catch it with that. And you see, I'm not just doing it right away. You can block for a second, and you have plenty of time to see that he's charging it and react and sidestep. Zasalamel, of course, can get a 4K lethal hit punish on that. But yeah, you don't want to let that go unpunished, and you don't want to respect it because yeah, it's +14 on block. Really, really good. It can sometimes close out matches. I've closed out matches by doing that into AA, for instance, because he gets free damage off of it if you block it. The other options he has are like, after that, he can do a backturn A to like catch you stepping. Like if I, oops, yeah, like that. Like, see, if I try stepping that, that'll catch me. And you see, you can't even step back turn K, really, after you get hit by it, unless you step to your left specifically. Although I think that's a Zos thing. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, pretty much back turn K is plus 10 on hit. So in that specific situation, you kind of just want to respect it. And then, you know, follow up with whatever based on what move they just did. So that's pretty much his Backturn Vortex. It's very scary if you make it scary, but again, in situations where he knocks you down, you just want to roll to your right. Treat it kind of like Azwel's Muscle Buster. If you get hit on standing, it's a lot scarier, but one thing that you can do that I didn't cover is you can RE it if you're at a good enough advantage. It just depends. If it's on like a back turn K on hit, for instance, you can't RE that. But if he does like back turn B plus K on block, for instance, and he's still back turn, you know, he's only -4, you can RE that. However, you know, stuffing with like an I-14 or I-16 or I-18 is better in those situations. Or actually, yeah, that's back turn B plus K. That's +4, my bad. I was thinking -4. After back turn B plus K on block, if he turns back turn, you just want to do a 2A. But yeah, anyway, that pretty much covers it. There's more I could cover, but really that's the main of it. And it's a pretty gimmicky thing, honestly. It's not like a really good vortex. Some characters have way better, you know, mid-low vortexes while facing forward. Zos specifically has to set up for it, and he has to keep landing it successfully in order to keep it going. Otherwise, he loses the opportunity to vortex you. So just remember that too. Once you get hit initially and he can't do 8B plus K to set it up for it again, he's lost it. So it's not scary anymore. So just remember all these things. Thanks so much for watching, guys, if you made it this far. And be sure to, you know, like it. Let me know if you have any ideas for what you want me to cover in the future. Next time I am going to... It's going to be a pretty short one. I'm just going to cover his weapon side tracking, which honestly I don't even really need to cover because his verticals have gotten nerfed significantly. But I will still cover that just briefly in the next video. Should be a short one. So, thanks guys. Have a good one.